Hello there and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Wherever you are tonight, I invite you to set everything aside, to let the day slowly drift away. You're in a quiet space now, a place of calm and soft curiosity, a time just for you, to rest, to breathe, and to travel gently through time. Tonight, we'll explore something often overlooked in the grand story of history. Not wars or kings or battles, but something simpler, something slow, rhythmic, almost meditative. We'll be learning about how people did laundry in the past. A quiet rhythm of soaking, scrubbing, rinsing, and drying. A humble task, yet one so central to daily life. And as we wander back through the centuries, through ancient riverbanks, Roman washhouses, and smoky Victorian laundries, I'd love for you to join in. Before we begin, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly enjoy slow, thoughtful journeys like this one. And let me know in the comments where you're listening from and what time it is where you are. It's always so comforting to know who's sharing this moment with us from all over the world. Now dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan or a soft background hum. Settle in. Let your shoulders drop, take a deep breath in, and gently let it go. Let's begin. Imagine yourself beside a wide, winding river in ancient Mesopotamia, the land between the rivers. The Tigris flows gently by, its banks dotted with reeds, dragonflies hovering just above the surface. The sun is still low, casting a soft golden light through the morning mist. A few clay homes stand nearby, humble and round-roofed, their walls warmed by the faint embers of morning fires. A woman walks quietly toward the water, a large woven basket resting on her hip. Inside, tunics of linen woven by hand, and perhaps a child's small wool cloak. These garments are not many. Each one represents hours, even days of labor, spun thread by thread, loomed by candlelight, stitched in silence. To clean them is not just a task. It is care, devotion, ritual. She steps into the river, the coolness of the water rising gently to her knees. She chooses a smooth, flat stone near the edge, her washboard. One by one, she takes the garments, soaking them slowly, then lifting them high to let the water stream off before pressing them firmly against the stone. The cloth slaps softly as she works. It's a sound older than any spoken language, a rhythm shared by mothers and daughters across thousands of years. Soap as we know it does not exist yet, but nature provides. Clay from the riverbank can help absorb oils. Ash from last night's fire might be mixed into the water. A handful of sand for scrubbing, and sometimes, if she's lucky, she finds soapwort, its roots releasing a gentle foam that bubbles when crushed. Around her, others may gather, a sister, a neighbor. There is little talk, only shared glances, nods, a murmured prayer to the gods of hearth and water. The river isn't just a tool, it's a giver of life. And when the washing is done, the garments are laid across smooth rocks or hung on nearby branches, left to dry in the gentle breath of the rising sun. This is the first chapter of laundry's long, quiet story, a ritual tied not just to cleanliness, but to care, to rhythm, to memory. Let the centuries shift now, like pages in a heavy book. We arrive in a Roman city, perhaps Pompeii or Ostia, where stone streets echo beneath sandals, and grand villas rise beside bustling markets. Among these ancient marvels is something unexpected. The Falonica, a Roman washhouse, a place not of peace and privacy, but industry and method. Inside its high walls, the air is warm and pungent, filled with a sense of vinegar, clay, herbs, and something else. Urine. Yes, Roman launderers, called full ones, relied on a peculiar but effective agent, ammonia-rich urine, collected in large jars placed along public streets. Citizens contributed as they passed by. It was, oddly enough, a civic duty. Inside the wash house, rows of shallow stone vats are sunken into the floor, each filled with water and aged urine. Workers, men and sometimes slaves, stand barefoot in these vats, stomping garments in a choreographed rhythm, back and forth, step and twist, step and twist. It's not elegant, but there's a strange grace to it, a kind of laundry dance passed down through generations. The clothes are then rinsed, pounded on stone, and brushed with fuller's earth, clay that absorbs oils and dirt. Afterwards, they're laid out on rooftops to dry, bleached by the Mediterranean sun. Scented herbs, lavender, thyme, bay, are added as finishing touches. And all the while, there is conversation. Politics, gossip, philosophy. This is a workplace, but also a gathering space. Laundry here is not just maintenance. It's part of the Roman engine of life. The Phalanaka reminds us that even ancient empires depended not only on roads and armies, but on clean linen and the labor of many unseen hands. Now, we wander into the Middle Ages, a time of castle, cathedrals, and quiet streams winding through green countryside. It is here, beside these streams, that the story of laundry continues. The village is small, its cottages timbered and thatched. The streets are muddy, animals roam freely, and most homes have no running water. Laundry day is announced not with bells, but by necessity, stains too stubborn or linens too stiff with use. A group of women gathers at the edge of a stream. Each carries a wooden tub or bucket, a bar of soap carved from last autumn's fat and ashes, and layers of clothing wrapped in cloth. The stream is shaded by trees, birdsong floating above as spring flowers bloom along the banks. Here, work begins with reverence. Clothes are soaked in cold water, then rubbed with soap, hard, dry, and often harsh on skin. Lye soap made by hand. Stings if it touches open cuts. But they've done this before. To wash, they use laundry bats, flat wooden paddles used to beat dirt from cloth. Thud, thud, splash. The sound is steady, echoing off the water. It's physical work, slow, and yet oddly meditative. Children play nearby, tossing pebbles or chasing ducks. A dog sleeps in the grass. Stories are exchanged. Recipes, news from neighboring villages. The laughter of young women mixing with the low voices of the elders. By late afternoon, the garments are draped over hedges, hung on lines, or spread across clean grass to dry. The wind does its part, and in the distance, church bells toll softly. Laundry in the medieval world is not just about cleanliness. It's an event, a pause in the week's rhythm, a communion with water, earth, and one another. Let us linger now, inside a simple stone cottage. A fire crackles in the hearth. Rain taps softly against the shutters. This is not laundry day. It is soap day. Rainwater has been collected in barrels for weeks. A cauldron sits over the fire, and beside it, buckets of live water drawn from ash filtered through straw. Animal fats, goose, pig, sheep, have been rendered and stored. Everything is ready. Soap making is both science and art. Dangerous, too. The lye can burn skin if not handled carefully. But the process is well known to women in the home, passed down in memory, never written. As the mixture bubbles and thickens, the scent is earthy, a little sharp. If herbs are available, lavender, thyme, marjoram, they're added for fragrance. The final product is poured into wooden molds and left to cure. In a few weeks, the bars will be hard enough to use. These precious bars are wrapped in cloth and stored in cool places. They're used sparingly, cherished. Laundry, done only a few times a year in some places, becomes a seasonal celebration, a gathering. Linens are boiled in large pots. scrubbed and scalded. Women work together, sleeves rolled high, sharing the burden and the joy. For some, laundry is done before holy days. Clean cloth symbolizing a clean soul. For others, it marks the turning of seasons, a letting go of old dirt, old sorrow, old stories. In this world, soap is not just cleaning. It is ritual, memory, home. We now enter the age of coal smoke and iron gears, the 19th century. The Victorian world is waking up, and Monday is wash day. In cities like London and Manchester, narrow back alleys wind behind rows of brick houses. Somewhere behind one of them stands a small wash house, a place of steam and effort. Inside, a copper pot bubbles over a coal fire, water hissing as it nears a boil. A woman wipes sweat from her brow. She has children, a husband, perhaps other people's laundry to clean. She lifts heavy sheets into the copper, stirs them with a long stick, then hauls them out into a wooden wash tub. There is no rest, no pause. The washboard waits, ridges of metal or wood worn smooth with use. Garments are scrubbed until knuckles are raw. Soap is now more available, carbolic, with a strong medicinal smell, yellow soap with lemon and pine. Sold in paper wrappers, they feel modern, luxurious, even. By the late 1800s, something new appears, the washing machine. Not electric yet, but mechanical, a drum with a hand crank, wooden slats, iron gears. It squeaks and groans, but it changes everything. Families who can afford it marvel at the invention. Time is still consumed, but the physical toll is eased. Slightly, in the working class, wash day still consumes the full day, but the hope has arrived that machines, not muscles, might someday carry the load. The 20th century begins with hum and buzz. Electricity hums in wires strung overhead. Light bulbs flicker on. And in some lucky homes, something remarkable happens. A switch is flipped. A machine begins to spin. Early electric washing machines were loud, bulky, and a little intimidating. Metal drums, heavy lids, simple motors. But they were miracles. They promised something no one had dared hope. Time. Imagine a woman in 1932. Her kitchen is warm from baking. Outside it rains, but inside she stands by her washing machine, hands dry, apron clean, eyes fixed on the spinning drum. It hums. Water sloshes. Garments twist and roll like dancers. She doesn't have to carry water, stir boiling pots, or scrub until her hands bleed. Children peek in, fascinated. Neighbors stop by to marvel. The machine is noisy, but it feels like music. By the 1950s, washing machines are common in many homes. Some even have spin cycles, timers, and temperature settings. Detergent appears, powdered and perfumed. The entire experience is transformed. Laundry becomes quieter, more private, done while the radio plays, while dinner simmers, while life carries on. No longer a village task or a day-long ritual. Laundry has become companion to daily life. But even so, its quiet rhythm continues. Soaking, spinning, drying, folding, an echo of ancient riverbanks and wooden tubs, now softened by time and technology. And now, dear listener, we come to the end of our gentle journey. From ancient rivers to humming kitchens, laundry has always been more than a chore. It was a rhythm of life, a quiet bond between generations, a story told in suds and sun-dried cloth. You've walked through time slowly, softly, like folding warm linen at the end of a long day. So rest now. Let the echoes of flowing rivers and crackling fires cradle you. Let the memory of old wash houses, of soft hands and hard work, rock you gently into sleep. You are safe. You are still. And you are home. Good night and sleep well.